Good morning and welcome to our Module 2 of Strategic Human Resource Management. Today we're going to be reviewing a few contents and ideas. Now, today's class is going to be a bit more business focused so that you can all understand how the business system or the business model in an organization can affect the HR management. So first, we're going to review the performance management system. What is the performance management system? Well, in simpler terms, basically, it's the system that the HR department uses in order to appraise or evaluate the workforce's performance. The ultimate objective of a performance management system is in order to ensure that the workforce is achieving the goals that the company has set for itself. So as we can see, performance is synonymous to achievement. Management has to do with being able to control or improve, and system is that it can be a predictable outcome or something able to be auto-run. Basically, it's a predictable process that helps us to improve controllable achievements. So what do we mean by objective? Well, like I mentioned before, basically the organization sets itself a number of goals. There are a number of short-term goals, mid-term goals, and long-term goals that are set by top management. This has to do with the area of the company that has to do with business strategy. And the business strategy will vary depending on the business model of the organization, the different types of strategies that are implemented, the different business units and KPIs, key performance indicators that the company has established for itself, and of course, the budgeting and the planning aspects of the organization. With talent management or HR management, basically it aligns with the performance management system in the aspect of being able to differentiate ourselves within the organization and being able to manage our workforce in the correct way and manage the talent. What is the difference between, for example, talent management and workforce management? Well, when we think of talent management, we think more of we discussed this last week, seeing our human resources as assets as opposed to tools. And of course, succession planning has to do with, for example, all of that work or tasks that are undergone in the HR department in order to ensure first that our employees are reaching their full potential. And of course, as our employees move up the hierarchy or, for example, as our employees age and of course, end up retiring, we think of who will be following in their footsteps and who will be replacing them. So what kind of business models are the ones that we will find generally in the different larger organizations? Well, basically here we have a triangle of the different business models. The three main ones that we are going to look at today. The first one is the USP. The USP is more widely known in the marketing world, and it has to do with this unique selling proposition. What is unique about your organization, for example? The profit model is what we can understand more widely known. Profit model is an organization that its ultimate goal is to generate profit. And the market discipline has actually three different kinds of strategies within it that has to do with being able to differentiate yourself or specialize yourself as a business within that specific kind of market and being able to grow or being able to gain profit through this different kind of market discipline. So let's take a look first at the profit model. Well, the profit model has the core revolving around its finances. From the revenue, which I'm sure you guys already know what revenue is. Revenue has to do with all of the money that is coming in, basically the money that is left over after we have paid everything, which is also profit. Cost has to do with all of those expenses that we have to pay in order for us to be able to handle the operations within our organization correctly. Cost is, for example, the salaries or factory overhead or payment of raw materials, etc. Margin is that the difference between what we are generating, revenue is not profit, it's sales. So revenue is basically what we are getting from our sales. The cost is what we are taking from our sales in order to pay these expenses, and margin is what is left over. Cash flow has to do with the treasury. It has to do with, well, it's self-explanatory, with the flow of cash within our organization, because many businesses operate on payment terms that are not immediate. So for example, your business may have payment terms in which your invoices are paid for within 60 days. So your clients do not pay for their product or for your services 60 days from the moment that you invoice them. So the cash flow that you have today doesn't reflect your revenue, because you know that you are going to get paid for that amount. You're going to receive the payment in 60 days, but the cash flow today is what you have in your bank today. And that is the difference between cash flow and revenue. And for example, it also has to do with when you have to pay. So for example, you may have money in your account today, and there are invoices that you have to pay for raw materials or salaries for your employees that are payable within 10 days. So again, the amount of money that you have in your bank account today does not reflect the real funds that have to do with your revenue or your profit. So there's a big difference there. And assets, of course, have to do with all of those resources that are that can depreciate or that are an investment. So for example, you may have and these are very technical accounting terms or financial terms, but you may have, for example, a machine that you bought for your factory, which costs, let's say, 30,000 euros. And the cash flow, you do have to pay for that machine 30,000 euros at this moment in time. However, on your balance statement or on your financial statement, you will have the liabilities and you will have the assets. In the assets, you would be including this machine. And even though in the cash flow in your bank account, you have paid 30,000 euros for it, you will depreciate and include a specific amount that you have invested towards this machine per year. So perhaps it will be 20% of the 30,000 euros that you will include as part of your assets. So it doesn't necessarily, the financial statement, or shall we say the finances in the company, don't necessarily add up to what we have in our bank account today. And that's something that we need to understand. So what is an example of a profit model business? Well, for example, Microsoft, we can see, has a profit model where we can see that they have a massive global sales channel. They sell products, they sell consulting services, etc. They have a familiar customer service and fast followers on new products. They have profitability based on product bundling, low prices, and which therefore turns again to a massive global sales channel. Now let's look at the different market discipline strategies. Like I said, there are a number of different strategies that we can follow. And these are the three main ones. These are also called Porter's generic strategies. No, excuse me. There are two of these that are part of Porter's strategies. So let me explain them to you today. Product leadership. Product leadership are all of those products, are all of those companies that stand out for being innovative, being different, and being very creative. They are companies that tend to have expensive products. They tend to be selling a more prestigious image, and they have a very loyal following. Here we can think of companies such as Apple. We can think of companies such as Tesla, where they offer very innovative solutions for a specific product. They have a very loyal following. They are constantly renewing and creating new things, and they're cutting edge. Then customer intimacy here. Customer intimacy are products or companies that, for example, have the best end-to-end solution. They provide everything that you need at the moment that you need it. They include customized products, personalized communications. They have great customer service. They recommend and they provide recommendations of things that you need. And they also have a very loyal following. The operational excellence are, for example, all of those companies that mass produce. Now we can say, well, Professor, companies such as Apple also mass produce products. But here, when I'm talking about operational excellence, I'm talking about companies that have, they don't have a very recognizable brand or image, and they can be easily interchangeable among other products that are very similar. And basically what these brands or organizations are looking for is they are looking to be the cheapest. They are part of the belief that consumers want products or services that are easily available and very affordable. So like here, they have a great deal and they are no hassles. It's, for example, going to the bazaar and knowing that you can get, for example, let's say a lunchbox for your children, and they can get a lunchbox and you can get the cheapest one. You're not worried too much about what brand it is. You're not worried about how durable it is. You're not worried about the size or how innovative it is. You're looking for something that is practical, and it doesn't bother you if your children break it 3 weeks from now, because it was a great deal. So these are the 3 different types of market disciplines. So here we can see, like I said, product leadership is the best product. Customer intimacy is the best total solution. Operational excellence is the low-cost producer. Now, most products will fall in between the pyramid, for example. So here we can look at the pyramid. Like I said, Apple is product leadership. They have very well-known products. They have very high premium prices, and they have a limited range of products. However, customer intimacy, the best total solution. For example, we could see a company such as HP, Hewlett-Packard. They have a well-balanced portfolio and mass customization for their clients. And the low-cost producer, we can see, for example, Acer, which have a very, very affordable product. They're aggressively priced, and they have also a very lean cost structure type of business model. So what are some KPIs? What are some characteristics of these different types of market disciplines? Well, for companies such as Acer that are looking to be a low-cost producer, they have very competitive pricing. They are reliable. They are fast. They are simple, responsive, consistent, transactional, and once and done. You buy it and that's it. Companies such as Apple or Tesla, for example, who have a product leadership approach, have very innovative, new state-of-the-art products. They take risks. They have some failures. They meet volatile customer needs. They are always up to date on what the customer needs and are willing to risk and make a product based on those needs. They have a very fast concept to counter approach. They are never satisfied, and they actually make obsolete their own products and, of course, competitors' product so that they can be replaced with the new, more innovative product. And they are a learning organization where they're constantly innovating and they are constantly creating new things. And customer intimacy, the best end-to-end solution, are management by fact. What does that mean? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They are easy to do business with. They allow for maximum customization. They usually attack one specific market segment. They are proactive, more flexible. They have a very consultative selling approach, and they also do cross-selling, so that since it's an end-to-end solution, maybe you have purchased product 1, but now we also offer that you buy product 1A and 1B to update or to improve your experience with product one. So based on the example that we saw before, for example, we saw that Microsoft has a profit business model. And for example, Amazon has a customer intimacy model. Why? Well, their entire approach is based on having everything in one place and having superb customer experience, where, for example, well, you guys already know this, if you have any issues, you can return it. You can find different types of marketplaces. You can find products through Amazon Prime, next day delivery, 2-hour delivery. You can find products that are the Amazon brand or products that are their competitors' brands. They have the best prices. They have a low cost structure. They strive to have the best customer experience, increasing traffic, increasing sellers, increasing selection. So this is an example of the profit and customer intimacy business models. Now, this brings me to the end of the first part of the class. I will be right back with the second part.